I'm sure you've heard the news by now. Denver's defense just delivered a statement game that's got the whole NFL talking. After a tough couple of weeks, Broncos fans were hungry for a turnaround. And boy, did the team deliver. The energy in Denver was electric even before kickoff, with fans and analysts alike wondering if this would be the week the Broncos snapped their losing streak. The stakes were high, the pressure was on, and the Broncos' defense answered the call in spectacular fashion. This wasn't just a regular season game, it felt like a playoff atmosphere, with every snap carrying extra weight. The city was buzzing, and you could sense that something special was about to happen. For a team that's been searching for consistency, this was the perfect opportunity to remind everyone what Broncos football is all about. Grit, heart, and relentless defense. The Broncos' defense showed up big against the Bengals. From the opening whistle, you could feel the intensity. Every player on that defensive unit seemed laser-focused, determined to make a statement and prove that Denver's defense is still one of the most feared in the league. The preparation was evident. Players were communicating, reading the offense, and flying to the ball with purpose. It was clear that the defensive coaches had put together a game plan designed to disrupt everything the Bengals wanted to do, and the players executed it to perfection. Let's break down how they turned the game around and fired up Denver fans everywhere. The crowd was on their feet, the stadium was rocking, and every big play sent shockwaves through the stands. It wasn't just about the win, it was about restoring pride and confidence in this team. The Broncos have a rich tradition of defensive excellence, and tonight, they lived up to that legacy. Every tackle, every stop, every turnover was met with thunderous applause, and you could see the players feeding off that energy. It was a true home field advantage, and the fans played their part in making it a night to remember. The Bengals came in looking to keep Denver down, but the Broncos' defense had other plans. Cincinnati's offense, which had been rolling in recent weeks, was met with a wall of orange and blue. Every snap, every drive, the Broncos made it clear they weren't going to be pushed around on their home turf. The Bengals tried to establish the run, but Denver's front seven was having none of it. They clogged up the lanes, forced the Bengals into uncomfortable third and long situations, and made them one-dimensional. The frustration on the Bengals' sideline was obvious, as their usual rhythm was completely thrown off by Denver's relentless pressure and discipline. From the very first play, they were locked in, flying to the ball and making life miserable for Cincinnati. The Bengals struggled to find any rhythm, with Denver's defenders swarming to the ball carrier and shutting down running lanes. It was a masterclass in team defense, with every player doing their job, and then some. The linebackers were quick to diagnose plays, the defensive backs were sticky in coverage, and the defensive line set the tone with their physicality. It was the kind of performance that coaches dream about, everyone playing as one, with a single-minded focus on domination. Boom! Sack on the Bengals quarterback, right out of the gate. Denver's front line let everyone know they meant business. The pass rush was relentless, collapsing the pocket and forcing hurried throws. The Bengals quarterback barely had time to set his feet before the Broncos' defense was in his face. The defensive line rotated fresh bodies, keeping the pressure high and the Bengals' offensive line guessing. Each sack was a statement, a reminder that you can't take a single play off against this Denver front. The crowd erupted with every takedown, and the momentum just kept building. And if that wasn't enough, check out this interception. The crowd went wild and the Broncos' sideline exploded with energy. It was a turning point in the game, shifting momentum firmly in Denver's favor. The defense wasn't just stopping the Bengals, they were taking the ball away and setting up the offense with great field position. The secondary read the quarterback's eyes perfectly, jumping routes and making plays on the ball. It was a textbook example of how preparation and anticipation can lead to game-changing moments. The sideline celebrations showed just how much this team believes in each other and how every turnover is a spark for the entire squad. Snapping a two-game skid never felt so good. The relief and excitement were written all over the players' faces. This wasn't just another win, it was a statement that the Broncos are back and ready to fight for every inch. The locker room after the game was pure joy, with players embracing, coaches congratulating their units, and everyone soaking in the moment. For a team that's faced adversity, this win was a testament to their resilience and belief in each other. It's the kind of victory that can galvanize a locker room and set the tone for the rest of the season. This win wasn't just about ending a losing streak, it was about sending a message. The Broncos' defense is for real. They played with swagger, confidence, and a chip on their shoulder, determined to remind everyone why Denver has always been known for tough, physical football. The defense fed off each other's energy, celebrating every big play and challenging each other to raise their game. The unity and brotherhood on display were impossible to miss, and it's clear that this group is playing for something bigger than themselves. They want to bring pride back to Denver and show the league that the Broncos are a force to be reckoned with. Von Miller, still a nightmare for quarterbacks. He was everywhere, rushing the passer, dropping into coverage, and leading by example. His veteran presence and relentless motor set the tone for the entire defense, and you could see younger players feeding off his energy. Miller's leadership goes beyond the stat sheet. He's the emotional heartbeat of this defense. Whether he's making a big play or hyping up his teammates on the sideline, his impact is felt in every corner of the field. It's no wonder he's a fan favorite and a future Hall of Famer. He brings it every single snap. Patrick Surtain locked down the Bengals' top receivers. His coverage was airtight, making it nearly impossible for Cincinnati to get anything going through the air. Surtain's instincts and athleticism were on full display, and he's quickly becoming one of the league's premier shutdown corners. Quarterbacks are starting to think twice before throwing his way, and his confidence is growing with every game. Surtain's ability to read routes, anticipate throws, and make plays on the ball is a huge asset for this defense. He's not just a rising star, he's already playing like a seasoned veteran, and his future looks incredibly bright. Tackles, turnovers, big stops, the stats say it all. The Broncos forced multiple turnovers, racked up sacks, and held the Bengals to their lowest point total in weeks. Every time Cincinnati threatened to score, Denver's defense stepped up and slammed the door shut. The physicality was off the charts, with defenders flying around and making their presence felt on every snap. Forced fumbles, bone-crunching hits, and perfectly timed blitzes kept the Bengals guessing all night. It was a defensive clinic, and the highlights will be playing on repeat for days to come. Defense controlled the game from start to finish. Whether it was stuffing the run, blanketing receivers, or dialing up the perfect blitz, the Broncos dictated the pace and forced the Bengals to play on their terms. It was a complete performance, the kind that championship teams are built on. The communication on the field was flawless, with players constantly adjusting and making sure everyone was in the right spot. The coaching staff deserves a ton of credit for putting together a game plan that maximized the strengths of this unit and exploited the weaknesses of the Bengals' offense. This was a team effort in every sense of the word. Fans are buzzing, social media's hyped, and the Broncos have their swagger back. The city of Denver is alive with excitement, and you can feel the momentum building. This win has reignited hope and belief in what this team can accomplish. From local bars to living rooms across the country, Broncos fans are celebrating together, sharing highlights and reliving every big play. The sense of community is stronger than ever, and the team is feeding off that support. It's moments like these that remind you why sports matter. They bring people together and create memories that last a lifetime. Can they keep it rolling? Only time will tell. The NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint, and every week brings new challenges. But if the Broncos' defense continues to play with this level of passion and execution, there's no telling how far they can go. The key will be staying focused, building on this momentum, and continuing to trust the process. The coaching staff will be working overtime to keep the players grounded and hungry, knowing that the road ahead won't be easy. But with this kind of effort and belief, anything is possible for the Denver Broncos. But one thing's for sure, Denver's defense just put the whole league on notice. Opposing offenses will be watching this tape and wondering how they're going to solve the puzzle that is the Broncos' D. This is the kind of performance that can change the course of a season. The message is clear. If you're coming to play the Broncos, you better bring your A game, because this defense isn't backing down from anyone. The standard has been set, and now it's up to the team to keep raising the bar. The rest of the league is officially on alert. If you love this defensive masterclass, hit like, subscribe for more NFL highlights, and don't miss the next big moment. Stay tuned, because if the Broncos keep playing like this, we're in for one wild ride this season. The journey is just getting started, and with the defense leading the way, Broncos country has every reason to believe that something special is brewing in Denver. So buckle up, enjoy the ride, and get ready for more unforgettable moments from your Denver Broncos.